me. Isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me.
Hey guys, so I just went ahead and stretched out my hair. I'm getting my hair tucked away with knotless braids for the rest of the summer, or for the majority of the summer, tomorrow. So I actually ended up using the Revair blow dryer. I actually have the new version and I have the old version. Why do I have two? I don't know, but I have the old version here and I have the new version. So yeah, but anyways, this video is going to be showing you guys how I prepare my hair for knotless braids, how I blow it out using the Revair blow dryer, and also at the end of the video I'm going to be doing a comparison and kind of just letting you guys know whether or not you should get this new dryer. I'm going to be starting off on freshly washed and conditioned hair. I'll be applying my products and I'll be blowing out my hair. And this is pretty much what I was left with. So I just finished washing my hair. My hair was in a silk press for about a month. So I just finished washing it and hopefully I don't have any heat damage. It doesn't look like it. I don't see any limp curls. I don't see any straight hair, nothing like that. My hair is shrunken. It is super, super tight and coily. It looks like my silk press was a success. So I'm gonna go ahead and section my hair into 6 sections. And I'm getting ready to put my hair in box braids, or not box braids, knotless braids. And I usually keep knotless braids in for about a month. No, sorry, about 7 weeks. That's usually how long I keep them in for. All right, so before we get started, I'm going to apply my products to my hair. Usually when I do a blowout, I don't add a whole lot to my hair. So I'm going to be using the Olaplex number 6 and adding, if I can get out the bottle, adding a small amount of that, like that, to this section. And just working that in. So this is pretty much my leave-in, and this is what I use when I am doing a blowout or a silk press. So I'm just going ahead and smoothing that right through and down to the ends. And once that's in my hair, I'm gonna go ahead and add the Olaplex bonding oil. This is my heat protectant. So I'm only gonna add like 2 to 3 drops of that and work that through my hair. All right, so going in with a wide tooth comb, I'm just gonna go ahead and detangle. There you go, that's way better. And making sure to get all the way up to the roots so that way when I blow dry my hair, it's perfectly detangled and I get the best results. Now that that section is detangled, I'm just gonna go ahead and 2-strand twist this. So then we have our nice juicy twist, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my head off camera. So this side hasn't been detangled or anything, no product is in it, but this side is starting to get dry and you kind of want to use your dryer when your hair is a little bit damp or you're not going to get the best results. So I'm going to go ahead and put away most of my twist and just going to clip it. And we're going to go ahead and start drying our hair with the Revair dryer. This is the new version, by the way. I'll be doing a review at the end of the video. So I have my section here. I'm going to go ahead and split it in half. The smaller the section, the better. The bigger the section, the faster you finish your hair, but your hair won't be as straight. It all depends on what look you're going for. Because I'm getting knotless braids installed, I want my hair to be pretty straight. So I'm gonna go with like medium to small size sections. So I finished this side of my head. I'm going to take down my hair so you guys can see. So this is what my hair looks like. Fully stretched out. Pretty stretched. This is what the roots look like. Not too bad. My edges. That is what it looks like blowing out. And then this side, this is the side that is wet. So you guys can see the difference. I mean, this is not even my hair fully shrunken. My hair is wet. If my hair is fully shrunken, it probably would be like, it gets really, really short. But let me just show you guys what it looks like fully. Just so you can see the comparison. But again, this is wet hair. It's not dry. If I were to let this really shrink up, it probably would get to about my neck. I mean, my chin. So, about 50% or so. All right, so because this side is kind of getting dry, I'm gonna go ahead with some warm water and just kind of lightly spray this side. Because it is getting a bit dry. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, put this side away, and I'm gonna do this side, and I'll be back. All right, you guys, I just finished blow drying my hair. It took me about 30 minutes to do. The fastest I've ever done it was in 12 minutes. So you can get it done pretty quickly, but mind you, I was filming a video plus a video for TikTok. So I stopped quite a few times, but yeah, it's really, really quick. It's one of the reasons why I like using it. But if you want like really, really sleek hair, I would highly recommend using something with a paddle brush or using the chase method. Yeah, if you want like really stretched hair, because you can see that my hair can still stretch a little bit more. As you can see, still has like another 3 inches to go. But overall, it's pretty good. So this is the results. This is the side, and this is the back. Nice little shake. And oops, the side, hopefully you guys are seeing it. The back, the side, and yeah. So the last time I did a trim was when my hair was silk pressed, which was probably about 2 weeks ago. I could trim my hair again, but I think I might wait and go to the salon after I take out my braids and get it done properly. But I'm gonna show you guys my bangs, because if you remember my previous video, my bangs were short. Here they are now. All right, so now on to the review. All right, so I don't remember when I got the new version, but it's probably been over a year. I think so. I think it's been over a year now since I've got my hands on the new one. If you guys are familiar with my previous video on the old one, if not, I'll link it down below. I had a lot to say about this. A lot. I had a lot of cons, to be honest. I really did. I really wasn't a huge fan of it when I first started using it. And I hardly used it too. But I'm glad that the owners of Revair listened to the pros and cons that a lot of influencers were talking about, and you know, them taking all that into consideration and making something a lot better. So let's get into it. So first things first, one of my biggest problems with this one was that it's heavy. It's pretty heavy. And storing this makes it a little bit difficult because not only is it heavy, it's big. And it may not look that big, like with me just holding it up, but if you compare it to the new one, it's pretty big. So there you go. That's it side by side. So you can see it's almost about half the size. If you guys can see that, it's about half the size. So that's one thing that I really love, is that it's much lighter and it's smaller. So making it easier to carry around, making it easier to store. Yeah, and if like you want to like give it to someone to borrow, like you don't have to feel bad that it's going to take up so much room in their cupboard or wherever, and you don't feel like you're lugging around like a whole lot of weight. Also, I feel like this version is not as loud as the old version. That was one thing I really complained about, because like at the time when I first got my hands on this one, I had a small baby and like I could not use it when my baby was, you know, sleeping. My son's a lot older now, and this is quieter. I don't know if anyone else has picked up on that, but this is a lot quieter. It's not as loud as that thing. That was like a monster. Like literally it was so loud and so annoying. This one is definitely on the quieter side, so I definitely love that about this. So that is another pro. I also want to say that I feel like this is a little bit faster. Like it works better on my hair versus the old one. My hair dries a lot faster. I feel like it's a little bit easier to hold as well. It's not slippery like the other one. If you aren't familiar, like you can see, like this has like a matte finish, which is a little bit more of like a rougher texture. Not like super rough, like it's gonna hurt your hands, but just like it's easier to grip. This one is a lot smoother, and if your hands are oily or greasy or whatever, your hands are gonna like slide. Like it's literally gonna slip and slide out of your hand. So I like that about this. I love that it's pretty much all black, which is a nice modern sleek design. It has that coarser texture, so it's easier to hold on. Your hands are not going to slip and slide. Yeah, so like if you look at it, just me holding it up, it just looks so much nicer. It's nice and black. It just has a little bit of the teal. With the old one, there's a whole lot of teal going on. Like you can see all that teal, the handle is teal. And like nothing's wrong with teal, but I just like the complete black look, or the mostly black look. So that is a pro for me. Going back to what I was saying about it being faster, it's definitely 100% faster than your regular blow dryer. Even if you have the comb attachment, even if you're using a paddle brush or the round brush, whatever, this is way faster. I can get my hair done in 12 minutes. This time around, because I'm getting braids installed, I took my time with it, and this took me 30 minutes. Now, if I was using a regular blow dryer, it would take me about an hour, hour and a half. And that's just how it goes. This one, it literally just sucks the life out of your hair, and like it's super easy. If you section off your hair prior to doing it, you get it done really, really quickly. Yes, this thing is fast. It's very, very fast. And if you have less hair than me, this probably would take you like maybe 5 minutes, maybe even less. But I have a lot of hair, and like I said, I really want to get my hair stretched out so that way when I'm getting my braids installed, it just makes it easier for the hairdresser. So it took me a little bit longer, plus I was filming, so it probably maybe took me 20 minutes maybe. I don't know, but let's just say about 30 minutes the most. 12 minutes is the fastest I've ever done. Maybe I'll show you guys that in another video, how fast I can use this. I feel like it is a little bit faster than this one, which is good. That's definitely a plus. So I think that's it for pros. I can't think of any more off the top of my head. So now on to cons. I definitely have way less cons this time around. So my number one con would be the price, but I understand that it's such a unique design, unique piece of equipment, so it's gonna have, you know, a hefty price tag. So it does retail for $3.99 US and about $5.20 Canadian. I do have a coupon code for anyone that wants to use it. If any of you guys want to save money on your dryer, it is Shanique B. I'll put it on the screen for you guys and also down below. So that coupon will get you guys some money off, save some coins. So the next con for me, it's very small. It's very small. It may not even be a con for everyone else, but I feel like it is. When I compare this one, the new one, to the old one, I would have to say it's a con. So the con would have to be the cord. I kind of dislike that the cord doesn't wrap up nice and neat on the dryer. For example, I'll show you. So here we have the old one, and you can see the cord neatly just wraps up on the dryer, which I really, really liked. It's nice and neat. I only have to worry about wrapping up this piece. This is nicely tucked away. Do you guys see that? How nice and tucked away that is? Now, with the new version, they don't have that on here. Like, you can't wrap your cord anywhere. As you can see, you can't wrap it anywhere. Nowhere. The only thing that you get with the new version is like this little Velcro scrunchy thing. So, I mean, you can like open this up and like wrap your cord that way, guess. So you can do that. Then see, it's a minor con. It's not like that bad, but it would have been nice if it could have wrapped up on the actual thing. So then we have this piece that kind of just dangles down. I probably didn't do a very good job of wrapping it, but still, it still would hang down. Again, very, very minor. I mean, it has this little thing that sticks out. Maybe you can kind of stick it on there. Okay, so not too bad. I didn't even think about that. I just tried that out just now. But it's not that neat, you know? It's still kind of, it's not that neat. Anyways, so that was a con for me. Just a small con that it doesn't wrap up nice and neat. Another con for me is that when I compared this to the old one, there's nowhere to really rest the handle when you are, you know, sectioning off your hair or you need to take a little break. So what I pretty much do is rest it on the counter, which can kind of be a little bit scary because it is kind of smooth, so it could slide off if you're not careful, and it could break. It does have this little piece sticking out. You guys see that little piece sticking out right there? It does have that, but I haven't figured out how to, like, so it can kind of sit like that, but this is kind of risky because it doesn't really stay on very well, at least for me. I've tried doing it the other way, like this. again, like it can literally fall off. Like if you accidentally like bump into this, it can actually just fall off. So I don't actually use it because I don't trust putting the handle there. I have before and it has fallen off. So I feel like it's not the best place to put it. I'm trying to show you guys what I mean, but it's like it's not the best place to put the handle. I don't know, maybe I'm just making things up, I don't know, but I don't like the design. It's very like I don't know, but it's minor. Again, a very small con. Like I said, I usually just rest it on the counter and like make sure that it's like really far onto the counter. But yeah, so it has that little piece. I just feel like it's not secure enough, if that makes sense. And then this way might be a little bit better, but still risky. I feel like it's just too risky. And for $3.99, yeah, I'm not taking any chances. So yeah, so this is the length of the, I guess, the dryer, the actual dryer. It's quite long, and that's it. That's pretty much it for my cons. So I would just want to compare the handle, the resting place for the handle on the old one. So this is what it looks like. So this is where your handle would go. It's very unique, a very nice little design that they have going on here, if you guys can see that. Can you see that little piece right there? So what you do is that you take your handle, if I can find it, okay. You take your handle, and I don't know if you guys can see these little slits, if I can get it to focus. These little slits right here, you got 1 and 2, and that's what hooks into that piece I just showed you. So I'm going to show you right now. There we go. So that hooks on nicely. See how nice? And like it's not even moving. It stays on nice and tight, and you don't have to worry about it falling off. It's definitely a lot more secure than the new version. So that's just a small little con that I have for it. Nothing major, nothing like, oh my gosh, don't buy it because the handle can't rest. No. It's not a big deal. I like that, sorry, this is a Pro actually. I kind of like that the new version has a digital design, if that makes sense, or digital button type of look. Very modern versus the old one where it was a switch, like a button, not switch, a turning knob, as you can see. So that was a nice little change there versus this where it has the buttons, the plus sign and a negative sign, and it has a little digital number here. And for me, just in case anyone is wondering, I always use high heat, which is the 2 lines here. I always use high heat, and I use it on setting number 5. I believe that's the speed. And that's what I use to do my hair. With the old one, I think I was using the same thing. I was using 5, the 2 lines, high heat. So that's what I do personally. It does have a cool shot button, and it does have a low setting. Both of them have the same thing. I don't think they sell this old version anymore, so yeah, you're out of luck if you wanted the old one, but you don't even need that. The new one is perfect. And if you don't have one and you're thinking about getting one, I would say get one. I would definitely recommend anyone who is interested in getting one, has been thinking about it for the past few years, I would say go ahead and get it. You definitely won't be disappointed. If you had gotten the old one, maybe you would have been a little bit disappointed, but this new one, the new one is good. I actually recommended one of my friends to get it, and she did, and she likes it. So yeah, I would say definitely get your hands on it. I like it for when I don't need like super sleek hair. For example, if I was going to do a silk press, I wouldn't use this because it doesn't get my roots as, you know, as straight as I would like it, as you guys can probably see. But if you're just gonna do like mini twists or some type of like protective style or stretch style, this is perfect. If you just want like a nice little blowout, perfect. If you just washed your hair and you need to do something quick, perfect. It is very, very easy to use. But for a silk press, personally, I feel like with a silk press, you need your hair to be like bone straight, as close as possible. And for me, this just doesn't do that. But I feel like most people get their silk press done in a salon, so then you don't need to even worry about getting your hair super straight. And I know people are gonna ask how often I use it. I would say maybe like 4 times a year, 4 or 5. I don't use heat in my hair very often. So this is what my hair looks like after using it. You can see how stretched out it is. You guys saw how short how shrunken my hair was before. So it definitely does a really good job. Maybe if I did smaller sections, I could have gotten it straighter, but I don't think so. I don't think it was gonna get any straighter than that. You definitely would need some type of chase method, comb, brush, round brush to get it to stretch out even more. And of course, a flat iron would really get it straight. But for the most part, it's pretty straight. Like, it's just a little bit of crinkles in there. It's not too bad. I like it. I would give it maybe like a 9 out of 10 just because of the price and the other two things I mentioned that were really small. Yeah, I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I'm not gonna give it a 10 out of 10 because there's always room to make it even better. Because I know when I first did this review on this, when I first did a review on this one, I had a lot to say. And I probably gave it like a 6 out of 10. And like this one now, 9 out of 10. So they've made some serious changes, really good changes. So I'm gonna say 9 out of 10. Let's see what else. Let's see what else happens. But it's good. I like it. Definitely get your hands on it if you want. Coupon code is on the screen and down below. And if any of you guys have it and you like it or you don't like it, let me know down below. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and you learned something new. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.